You know, prices are crazy no matter where you are. So today, I'm going to try and build a PC that I can use for OBS recording for these YouTube videos as cheap as possible. And I will even show you how I got Windows 11 Professional legally for $12. Let's get into it. Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me today. Like I said in the intro, I've been using this laptop here for all of my OBS recordings, except for the ones that you see in the desk. But the repair videos, all of that have been done with this laptop, and I'm getting a little bit tired of taking it back and forth between here and the repair and moving a lot of the wires and the video capture devices and all that. So I decided to invest with your help, thanks to some Amazon affiliate money that I've received, to purchase parts for a new PC. So we're going to build this PC together. We're going to do it quickly. This won't be an eternal video, but I've even got a couple quizzes along the line just to make this a little more interactive and fun. My first quiz for you is all the boxed items here, minus the hard drive and video card that I am using, recycled, all of this new stuff that I ordered for this PC. What do you think it costs? We've got the quiz. Your first choice, answer A, is $436.99. Answer B, $572.84. Or answer C, $652.27. This is new to me. I'm not sure exactly how this works out with YouTube, but go ahead and put in your answer or comment below. And in a second here, I will give you the actual answer. All right, for those of you that guessed A, $436.99, that is correct. Without any further ado, let's get into building this PC. All right, we got the case unboxed. I've got the sides off of it. It looks like it should be fairly easy to work with, so we will move on to the motherboard. And here's what we're working with for the motherboard. We've got our Ryzen 5, we've got our RAM. We'll get the CPU installed with the RAM installed, and then we'll be able to put the motherboard, and the heatsink, which is in here, and then we'll be able to put the motherboard in the case. It's always so much fun to crack into a new CPU. So here's our CPU cooler, and it looks like it's already got a thermal pad installed, which is cool. So we don't need any thermal paste. Then right there, we've got our AMD Ryzen 5500. And I did go with the cheaper alternative that did not require, or that does not have the built-in GPU. Saved a little bit of money since I don't need anything fancy. Hopefully, we'll see. Right, there is. We've got our little corner marker right there. We've got a little corner marker right there. And pins are looking like they're in pretty good shape. So all we gotta do is raise that, pop that down. In my case here, I do not need these mounts, so we'll remove those. I love having an electric screwdriver. It just makes doing these little tasks that much quicker. Luckily they're thumb screws. Let's get the first one kinda in there. These things are spring loaded, so they're a little bit tricksy. Here we have our RAM, but before we install it, I've got a quiz for you. What was the average price of 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM in 2025? So about a year ago. And nothing fancy. You can see this is just 3800, non-RGB, nothing crazy. Was it A, $50 to $75, B, $100 to $120, or C, $130 to $165? Well, let's get this installed. And while I do that, the answer is actually C, $130 to $165. At least that's what Google tells me. I've already taken a look at my motherboard manual, and it tells me that I need to install my memory in A2 and B2. So it's going to be these gray slots here, and we're going to make sure that our key is in the right place. So that's the wrong direction. Get that lined up, give it a gentle push. The keys will, the latches will snap into place. So now we have our CPU installed. We've got our memory installed. And now we are ready to put this in the chassis or the case. I went ahead and removed the fan that was back here on the case just to make the installation of the motherboard that much easier. Just go ahead and pop this down. Get these screws in here. That all screwed down. Go ahead and put in our video card and our power supply and get everything connected. Now, instead of watching me screw in a bunch of motherboard screws, I'm going to invite you to check out my sponsor, PCBWay.
PCBWay is your one-stop shop for turning ideas into real hardware. Whether you need precision PCB fabrication with as fast as 24-hour turnaround, high-quality 3D printing in FDM, SLA, SLS, and more, or CNC machining for custom enclosures and mechanical parts, PCBWay has you covered from prototype all the way to production. Their instant online quoting makes it dead simple to get started. Head on over to get your first order going. The link is in the description. Now, back to the build.
Well, problem number one. I'm pretty sure it is safe to say that right there ain't gonna fit. Looks like I ordered a mini ITX power supply when this case will take a normal power supply. So, time to fix that. All right, it's the next day. We got a new power supply in thanks to Amazon. And we'll go ahead and put that in and continue. All right, just a few more connections here on the front side of the motherboard. Then we'll clean up all the wiring in the back. We've got our CPU power connector right here. And let's see. I don't build too many RGB computers, but we got a little RGB LED header right here. We've got our main power right here. Along the bottom side of the board, we have a fan connector. We've got all of our power button, reset switch, hard disk drive light, and power light there. We've got our USB 3 connectors that are on top of this case that are connecting right there. And then way over here in the corner, we have an audio connector. So I think with the exception of one fan that's going to go here, we are good, so we'll move on to the back of the case and clean up all the wiring. We have an absolute rat's nest of wiring back here, but a couple of twist ties and we'll get that all fixed up. And there we go, nice and clean. Now we will install our hard drive and then the video card. We'll go ahead and plug in our power cable here and our SATA cable, and we'll go ahead and plug in our SATA cable to the motherboard. And last but not least, we'll go ahead and install the video card. On this particular case, there is a little panel here that you need to remove first. Otherwise, you'll have a double of a time getting this thing to actually seat in there. And it has popped on in, and we'll go ahead and put in our little holding screw, and we'll be good to go. Okay, one last sanity check before we apply power. We've got our audio connector, we've got our USB, we've got our header, we have main power, we've got our secondary fan connected and the RGB for that. We've got RGB over there, we've got the CPU power, so we've got our SATA connected here. Card is in, so I think we are ready to connect a monitor and apply power, and then we're going to go ahead and install Windows. We have everything connected. I've got a portable monitor here. I have my keyboard and mouse that are hooked up. There's just a small USB receiver on the back of the PC that the Logitech system here connects to. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on my monitor. We're going to go ahead and flip the switch on the power supply. There we go. In 3, 2, 1. All right, nothing happened, and that's probably because we need to hit the power button up here. So there we go. We have some activity there. Let's see if we get anything on the screen. Be ready to hit delete. Zero. Nothing yet, but it looks like our fans are lighting up in pretty colors, or at least one of them is. We'll have to check that other connection. But nothing on video yet, so looks like I might need to do some troubleshooting. Oh, wait, there it is. New CPU installed. Press yes to reset FTPM. So looks like it was just a motherboard thing that Needed a little bit of love, a little bit of time to recognize what was going on. And I'm going to go ahead and start pounding the delete key. Hopefully I can get into the BIOS. Unfortunately, you know, these motherboards just don't come with the same amount of documentation like they used to. Delete. There we go. Okay, let me configure my BIOS and then we'll get to Windows. All right, the BIOS is configured and now it is time to install Windows. Let me quickly show you how I got a legit copy of Windows 11 Pro for only $12.
Now, there's a lot of sketchy places on the internet where you can find copies or keys for Windows 11, but I figured I'd head on over to Groupon after doing some searches. People had great reviews for this, and I figure if it's on Groupon, it's probably pretty legit. So this is the particular deal that I went to, and this is from Microtech Key. So you can see here, there's currently a little sale here, $11.34. Once you make your purchase, you'll just take a look at your Groupons, and you will see that you have this here, and you click on Redeem Now. That will give you your redemption code. I've got mine blurred out here, and then you just head on over to microtechkey.com to their website. You enter in your information here with that Groupon redemption code, and within 10 minutes, I had my actual Windows key, and I had no problem activating Windows. And while you're waiting for your activation key, you can head on over to Microsoft.com. Just look for the download section, download Windows 11, and you can create your installation media. This will allow you to download everything and put it on a USB drive like you saw that I did, and then you can just install Windows onto your PC.
Okay, folks, we have Windows fully installed. I will make one correction to the setup here. I got everything installed, and it was a little slow. And I realized that it has been a really long time, probably going on a decade maybe, since I've used a PC that didn't have an SSD in it. So I cannibalized an old 1 terabyte M2 SSD from my main PC that I was just using as a scratch disk, put it in here, reinstalled Windows, and it is much snappier. So now I've got all my software installed. It's time to button everything up and go put it on the workbench, and we'll finish this video.
All right, we are finished. We are over here at the repair bench. Let me switch the camera, and now you can see everything that we have going on here. So right down there is the computer. I did switch out a second video card. I realized that OBS needs a little more processing power from the GPU. So I grabbed an old, what is that, a GTX 1050 from another computer that I was just using for a laser that doesn't really need it. And here is the current status of the repair bench. Got my Gorilla microscope here. That's the monitor that we were using before. And I am using this MWin Camlink 4K capture device. Not on this setup though. It did not like the microscope for some reason. It wouldn't capture in 4K. It kept defaulting to 1080p, but it had no problem with my Nikon camera, which is what I use for my regular studio recordings. So I'll just use that. But anyway, the repair bench is all set up here. Sorry, it's kind of a mess. I got sucked into this little project that I've been working on yesterday, but I did want to show you what we have now. And of course, we have the ability to show all 3 cams. So you've got the big display there, and that is our 4K camera attached to the Gorilla microscope. And then we have the Insta360 Link 2, which is the overhead cam that you see over here in the lower right. And then, of course, my face cam, which is on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And here we have the monitor that I'm using with this PC, which is a 43-inch 4K TV. Like I said before, that was a lot cheaper than just a regular 4K monitor. So there you have it. Thanks for sticking around with me for this quick little PC build. I would love to know if you're interested in building PCs. Have you done so recently? And what you think of the crazy prices out there. So I hope you enjoyed this content. Please take a moment to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when I drop new content. As always, I enjoy the time that we get to spend together here on the channel. Let's keep on learning, burning, printing, and fixing things together. Take care, everyone.